Welcome to Chad Hates Carbs. Today we're going to be doing a coffee cake, so let's get started. First we're going to take an 8x8 dish. Go ahead and I went ahead and sprayed it up with some oil so it's all nice and greased up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 tablespoons of Swerve sweetener. This is erythritol, but it's the confectioner's kind because you really don't want it to be super grainy. And then we've got 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. We're just going to mix that together. That's going to be our cinnamon sugar, as it were, for this coffee cake. When I was a kid, we always ate my grandma's coffee cake. It was like every time we went to her house, we had coffee cake. So I've been craving some coffee cake, and then Carolyn, of course, one of my favorite low-carb cooks, came up with this recipe, and pretty excited. So anyway, there's our cinnamon sugar. We've got it kind of ready to go. It's just all mixed in, nice and powdery. For the cake part though, we need to have 3 cups of almond flour. We've got 3/4 cup of the confectioner Swerve. Yes, it's a sweet dish. 3/4 cup of Swerve, 1/4 cup of unflavored whey powder, protein powder, and it ought to be unflavored because otherwise you might get some weird. I mean, it might be interesting to try some like strawberry flavored coffee cake, but not today. So we've got that. We've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda. Okay. Then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then we have 3 eggs, large eggs. I'm going to go ahead and beat them in here. And then we've got, after that, we've got 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick of butter. We need to have that all melted. It's not super melted, but I'm going to go ahead and mix this stuff up before I put the butter in, because I'm going to have to cut that butter, it looks like. Mix this up a little bit. You probably should mix the dry ingredients first, but it's fine. Kind of lazy. Alright, so we're going to put the butter in here. And then we have, kind of mixed in a little bit. And then we have, let's see, looks like it's 1/2 cup of almond milk. I normally don't keep almond milk stocked in the house because I don't make a ton of stuff with almond milk, so I had to wait to make this until I had a chance to get to the store and buy some. Normally I just use heavy cream and everything, but I figured I should do the recipe right the first time I do it, and then I can decide whether or not I want to try it without the almond milk in it. And then finally we have, looks like a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Go ahead and slap that in there. So this is a little bit different in terms of the way that it's made than my grandma's, because this one, the way that she's got it set up, she does half the dough, and then so you put half the dough in, and then you pour this over the top, and then you put another half of the dough in. I'm going to kind of do what she does, but not exactly. So once I get done mixing this, we'll come back and show you that process. Okay, that's mixed to my satisfaction. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take about half of the dough here, stick it on the bottom, just kind of mush it around. It doesn't have to be obviously exact, because this is, you know, you're going to eat it. Not enter it in, well, if you enter it into a sculpture contest, you're doing the wrong thing. Anyway. Alright. Alright, so that's close enough. It'll expand and do all kinds of stuff. I guess I'll go ahead and I'll carve out a little bit more, because you normally want the bottom to be the bigger piece. If it's going to separate because of a structural weakness, because of this layer, then, you know, I'd rather the strong piece be on the bottom. Alright, let's get this off of here. Alright, so now what we do is we just want to sprinkle this stuff in here. Looks like I still got some clumps. I probably should put that through a grinder or something. Anyway, I'm gonna make this nice and solid. I'll leave a little bit for the topping. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put the rest of this on top. And again, like when in my grandma's recipe, it was more like just all in the middle. So I'm interested to see if I like this better or worse than her method of just kind of having it all mixed in together. And of course, it was sugar, because nobody was doing low carb back in the day when she made that recipe. Okay. So we have a cinnamon and sugar sandwich, basically. It's kind of it's a little sticky, so it's kind of coming up a little bit. So I don't know how well that's going to stay in one place. This is kind of funny. There's definitely going to be a pocket in there, but get it in that edge there. I think that one edge is just going to have to be the edge that doesn't work very well. All right, that's pretty close. All right, then I'm going to sprinkle this on the top. Now, she doesn't do it like this. She like brushes it with butter and stuff, and then no. I'm not doing that. I'm not entering it into a make it pretty contest. I'm also not doing the cream cheese frosting that she does. Not a huge fan of cream cheese, and my grandma never made cream cheese frosting for hers, so I'm trying to make this more of a, hey, can I get something close to my grandma's? Using Carolyn's fantastic recipe. I'm not disparaging her recipes, because she's pretty freaking awesome. So, even though she likes chocolate too much. Alrighty. There we go. So my version of Carolyn's thing, let's see what it looks like. We got a 325-degree oven, and it says, let's see, 35 minutes. So let's slap that bad boy in there, and we'll see what it looks like in 35 minutes. See you then. Okay, so this is about 38 minutes. I ended up having to leave it in there a little bit longer than 35 because it wasn't coming out clean. So it is interesting to me. This is what happens when you shortcut. The method that she uses to brush the butter on there would make this not dry on the top, because right now it's dry, which is fine, tastes fine, but it doesn't have the same effect as the browning that happens when you have it in the butter. So shame on me for not thinking of that part, but I didn't think about that part. So anyway, here it is. It's going to cool down for a second, and then we'll try it in a minute. I'm not going to eat it right away, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to admit it. I turned off the camera, and then I realized I really want to eat some of this right now. So I gotta leave in just a minute, and I don't want to wait until it's cold. I want to eat it hot, so we're going to eat it hot. So you can see we have a little bit of a kind of a layer in the middle there with the cinnamon sugar, and then on top it kind of flaked apart at the bottom, but it is very cakey. That's pretty good. That's very cake-like, as you would expect from something called coffee cake. That's really good. Hot. That's really good, man. I mean, okay, so my grandma's coffee cake was a 10. It was awesome. I would give this a solid 9.5. This is really good. It's not just like low carb good, if you know what I'm saying. I bet that I could like give this to someone. I don't think that unless I told them, they would even know that this is low carb. The texture is fantastic. And I think next time, I don't think I'm going to do the 2-layer thing. I'm just going to try mixing it all in together, which is more the way my grandma's was, and see how that goes. Because I don't know that that one striation in the middle is the thing that's helping. I think it'd be good just mixed all together without all the extra work. Wow. That is really good. Definitely 2 thumbs up on this one. This is going in my let's repeat this often category. So hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Have a great day.